everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. We've got a good one on tap today, and there's going to be two quarterbacks ready to get it done on the gridiron. It's Ryan's Falcons going up against Jared Goff's Rams.
Thank you very much, Larry. EA Sports coverage of the NFL. The National Football League is here and on the air. Who said the crowds wouldn't embrace football being back in L.A.? You certainly couldn't tell that by what we saw a few moments ago. These folks are pumped up as their Rams get set to do battle with the Atlanta Falcons. Here's Bosher to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line. Shift together here from the D-line. Here's the first carry now for Todd Gurley. And the window closes quickly. He'll only get up to the 22-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Boy, Charles, Todd Gurley finished the year with a bang. And even though they lost the Falcons, he was over 100 yards in that game. Weeks 15 and 16, he was fantastic. A comeback year for him, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because we saw him explode on the scene as a rookie in 2015. 2016 just never could really...
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Falcons taking over on offense in just a second. And, you know, this year ended in disappointing fashion now. Last year was the ultimate version of heartbreak. But if you're a Falcon fan, was this one was tough to swallow as well, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because let's be honest about it. Losing in the Super Bowl, I don't care how you lose, you were in the Super Bowl. You were playing for it all. This team was supposed to be as good or better. Ultimately ended up 10-6, found their way in the playoffs, but didn't get the deep run as they had the year before. So you're exactly right. For Falcons fans, that's a tough one. But this is a team that's built to be good for a long time.
On second down, Freeman. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. So nothing there. I don't know that that's all in the back, though. You got to look at blocking there, don't you?
I would agree with that totally. At some point, they have to win at the point of attack. Instead, it was the defense getting it done again and holding them to no gain.
Now they'll throw it with Ryan. That is caught inside the 5. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal. In the red zone this time. They'll run here with Freeman. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. Good first step there defensively, but they're still knocking on the doorstep, so maybe another run here?
I think so. One of my favorite coaches, you say, son, if you could darn near lay down near the end zone and get in, give me my best power running play with my best back right now.
They'll look to run with Freeman. And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. Devontae Freeman taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Falcons have taken the early lead. Well, Devontae Freeman scored the first points of Super Bowl. And now it's blocked. here's Bosher to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. CD, I want to get your thoughts on some potential free agents this offseason before we change the possession here. Now, caution, many of these guys could be re-signed, I know, but who are some of them? Kirk Cousins is one.
Yeah, we're talking about difference makers. Kirk Cousins at the quarterback position. He's going to be coveted around the league by quarterback-needy teams. Case Keenum had a big year. Could he move? But how about running backs? Le'Veon Bell, Dion Lewis, some pass catchers, Jimmy Graham, Jarvis Landry, Sammy Watkins. And about the guy who goes and gets quarterbacks, DeMarcus Lawrence had a monster year for Dallas last season.
Yeah, a lot of big names that could be out there as free agents. On second down, here's Goff. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Back live now to begin the second quarter with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's the Rams with a football to get us going. And they've got it here with a first down. Now Goff will hand this one to Gurley. And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
From the 50, it's gone. Over the middle, that's hauled in by Cup. And he's brought down. And 15 yards there on the catch and run. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it now. The confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
Here's Goff now on second down. Got a man over the middle. It's Woods. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. Goff hitting Woods for a Rams first. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to the City of Angels after this timeout. Goff on first down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. That's going to set him back 5 yards. To throw on second down is gone. Throw left side, complete to Cup. And he doesn't quite make it. They do stop him, but he gets it all the way down to the 1. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. The Falcons going to use another timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. They'll try and push it in with Gurley. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Todd Gurley taking it in from a yard out. And the Rams have tied the game with the extra point to come. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a two-point conversion, all that exit, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
Before the possession switches here, I had written down that I wanted to talk about some of the awards this past season in the NFL. We know Brady was the MVP, but Todd Gurley, Offensive Player of the Year.
How about that for a bounce back? Many were questioning whether he'd had a sophomore slump the season before. Didn't even get to 1,000 yards. Was a dominant force in 2017. How about his teammate Aaron Donald on the defensive side? He took home Defensive Player of the Year award.
Yeah, very impressive. They had both sides of the ball. Sean McVay deserving, I think you would agree, of Coach of the Year.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, what he did for the Rams when they went from last in the league in scoring to leading the league in scoring and winning a division title. And how about the New Orleans Saints? Rookie of the Year, offense and defense. Alvin Kamara on offense, Marshawn Lattimore on defense.
A big seam, and he might go all the way. Touchdown, Falcons. Taylor Gabriel, 78 yards. And the Falcons are able to show off their quick strike ability. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Here's Bosher to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Before the offense changes hands here, let's look back at the Super Bowl February 5th. What a game. I know you were there calling it offensively, though. Impressive on both sides.
It certainly was, and let's face it, if you're in Minnesota, it's cold outside, but you talk about the offenses, they heated up in a big way. And how about Nick Foles, the backup quarterback turned MVP, 373 yards, 3 touchdowns, and, of course, the big one receiving on the Philly special.
Quite a story. And as you and I were talking about off air, it was just a fluid game. Not a lot of penalties, just really clean play.
Exactly the type of game the NFL needed for the audiences at home watching the game and, of course, people in attendance. A really well-played game.
Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. So the offense dealing with a 3rd and 6. From the gun, here's Goff. He'll wind up being stopped for no gain, and it'll lead to a 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. Back deep here, Andre Roberts. And with the play clock running out, Sean McVay will take a timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. So the Rams call on Johnny Hecker here to punt it away on 4th down. And a fair catch called for and made at the 12-yard line. And that's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. I want to give a hat tip real quick, Charles, to J.J. Watt before the possession switches here. Walter Payton, NFL Man of the Year. They totaled up how much he helped raise for hurricane relief, $37 million.
Incredible. Hurricane Harvey, which really hit the Houston area in a big way, and his original goal was $200,000. So congratulations to J.J. Watt and all the people who participated. And Greg Olsen of the Panthers, Benjamin Watson of the Ravens, both tight ends, also nominated and finalists for the most prestigious award as determined by the NFL, the Walter Payton Man of the Year Award.
Andre Roberts now to return it. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
They run. Devontae Freeman. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. Ryan. And this is incomplete.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. And the offense looks to pick up the first here on 3rd after that incompletion. They run the play fake to Coleman. Now Ryan. Finding Gabriel, complete. Touchdown, Falcons. Taylor Gabriel, 76 yards. And the Falcons will add on to their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
Here's Bosher to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start. I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. A shotgun snap for Goff. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
And the third down pass falls incomplete. The offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. They are going for it. Goff. They got a man. It's Woods. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. 6 yards on the pickup. And on 4th down, they're able to convert and move the sticks. So the offense has it 1st and 10. Goff throwing again. And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, 2nd down.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. Here's Goff. Open man right side is cut, complete. And he takes this one all the way across midfield into enemy territory down to the 40-yard line. A good pickup there at 22. On 1st down, Goff. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off at the 38, and they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Here's Freeman, and he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Ryan now to throw on 3rd down. Looking downfield for Jones. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Trumaine Johnson. And it's a big turnover there on the final play of the quarter. Back now in Los Angeles. It's the Rams trailing, but they do have the football as we start the 4th and final quarter. After the interception, here's Goff. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he takes this one just shy of midfield all the way to the 49. A good pickup there of 20 yards. On 1st down, it's Goff. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. Again, Goff. And an alley to run. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a first down. And the offense lining up 1st and 10. Out of the gun. Gone. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. 2nd and 10. Goff again. And they'll set up the screen to Gurley. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's 3rd down. So nothing there on the screen that time.
That means all that great acting they tried on offense went for naught, didn't it? Because you have to try and influence them. Make them think that you're doing something else. Make them think that they can get to the passer by letting them by and then setting up the screen and getting downfield. Didn't happen at all. Give a lot of credit to the defense for not tumbling to that one. You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And that is incomplete. No luck for the Rams as they fail here on 4th down. And the Falcons defense stands tall. They'll get the football back. So out comes
everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Tonight's matchup features two quarterbacks who will be trying to lead their team to victory. It's Wilson Seahawks going up against Ryan's Falcons.
All right, Larry, thank you very much. It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. A moment ago, here was the scene. The Falcons coming out from their tunnel to the roar of all the folks here in Atlanta. We're ready for football as these Falcons get set to match up with the Seattle Seahawks. Here's Blair Walsh now about ready to get us started. Charles and I have been looking forward to this one all week. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. Again, they'll run with Freeman. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a third down.
Well, add that play to his resume reel because he went to the Pro Bowl last year. That's how you go to the Pro Bowl. You make plays like that, big-time penetration, and throw people for losses.
On third down, Ryan. Oh, the ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowl safety Cam Chancellor. And he'll bring this one back to the 29.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit. After the interception, here's Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. Room here to run. A big hit. Knocked out sideways. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
The best quarterbacks that ever played the game all wanted to blend in with their teammates and be one of the guys. But sometimes you got to take modesty and put it aside. You're the franchise quarterback, the face of the team, and the guy that leads them to victory. You have to get down and protect yourself and not take hits like that.
On second down, here's Wilson. And he's got some space here. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. The rushing numbers for Wilson maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. The former Gamecock here. This is Mike Davis. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Mike Davis, a 10-yard touchdown run. And the Seahawks have taken a first quarter lead. And this will give the Seahawks a 7-0 lead. Here's Walsh now to kick this one off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So the football switching hands here in just a second. And, you know, Tom Brady, just to go off on a tangent for a second, may have lost the Super Bowl. But third MVP this past season, and what he did at age 40, really something, right, Charles?
Absolutely phenomenal. Ended up beating out Todd Gurley, the running back for the Los Angeles Rams. but he would have traded it for a Super Bowl win, don't you think? How about this? The last 9 NFL MVPs to play.
Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37, and he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. Charles, earlier we talked a lot about Russell Wilson, what a great job he did last year in 2017 as Seattle's offense is working their way back onto the field. But they're probably going to need to find a running game to alleviate some of that pressure on Wilson, right?
Yeah, you think? I mean, my goodness, when you take a look at what Russell Wilson did, he more than doubled the rushing yardage of Mike Davis, who finished second. And Mike Davis didn't begin the year on Seattle's roster. They went through a number of runners this season, none of them that fit and really hit. Chris Carson, they thought was going to be the guy who got hurt early in the year, but they definitely have to find a running game and get back to playing that Seattle football of run first and let Russell Wilson take over from there.
Slot man moves right. They run again with Carson. And some room to work. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
I'm still an old-school football guy, and anytime you see a big-time running play, that fires me up. And if I'm on offense right now, in the position they're in now, inside the 10-yard line, I think after the way they've run it, they've set themselves up for a good play-action pass opportunity right here.
And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll bring up a 2nd and goal. The slot man in motion right. First carry for Thomas Rawls. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Thomas Rawls, a 9-yard touchdown run. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. And it's good to make it 14-0. Here's Walsh now to kick this one off. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. Offense still needing 10 yards. 2nd down. Throwing again. Ryan. He completes it to Julio Jones. A phrase we said a lot last year. Ryan to Jones for a Falcon first down. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now it's going.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Now Ryan on 2nd down. Hits his target. It's Taylor Gabriel. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. Forced out to his left. He can run for it, and he will. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down. They go play action here on first down. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Michael Bannon in there to sack him for a loss of 6. So the sack pushes him back, and now third and long for Ryan and the Falcons. Now it's Ryan. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Bobby Wagner in there to drop him, and back-to-back sacks now bring up fourth and long. On fourth down, here's Matt Bosher on the punt. Back deep for the Seahawks, the All-Pro returner from 2015, Tyler Lockett. He gets us away. It's a good one. Drawing toward the sidelines. Out of bounds and close. The question, was it a touchback? No. They'll say it crossed out at the 2-yard line. The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Hoping now to get back in the end zone on this 4th possession. Very tough spot here for the offense to start. The drive starts with C.J. Prosise. He'll try to get forward, but he's going to be stopped in his tracks at about the 3. And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Block it in motion right. On second down, Wilson. And he'll go down in the end zone. Down goes Wilson. It's a safety. And Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. And, you know, their previous possession, they were able to move the football, but still wound up punting in the end.
You know, in 2016, Carolina had a 20-play drive that lasted over 10 minutes. And remember how it ended?
In a punt.
Yeah, I mean, how does that happen? You just don't see that happen every day.
And this one maybe not quite that bad, but still, you'd like to have a chance for points if you hold the football that long.
Agreed.
On second down, Ryan. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. Two minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to Atlanta right after this timeout. Second down, and the offense in search of 6 yards. A fake to Freeman. Now it's Ryan. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Levine Toilolo, the tight end, his intended target. And it's third down.
There are a good number of coaches that any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
It's caught. Jones. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. Sanu, the man in motion left. The former Indiana Hoosier here, Tevin Coleman. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Back to the ground, this time with Freeman. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. This will be caught at about the 5. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. So on fourth down, off goes Matt Ryan, and on is another Matt Bryant. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And the 42-year-old veteran's kick is up and good. And that lead is back down to 9 now.
It's good to be the kicker for the top offense in the NFL, and Matt Bryant was that in 2016. Led the league in scoring with 158 points, but boy, does Atlanta find him valuable. So dependable and clutch.
And he's been valuable in this league for a while. Hard to believe he's been around since 2002. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. And last time they surrendered the safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get. And it's just so strange to see that go up on the board. And then you got to make sure that that doesn't happen to your team again. Then you got to take care of the ball.
But boy, it juices up the defense.
Oh, without a doubt. That's a great way to score some points.
That one goes for 24 yards. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. And the Falcons going to use another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So the D-line's going to spread out. Now Wilson on second down. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. They go play action with Wilson. Buying time to his left. Throw left side complete. That's Richardson. A crazy sequence here. A huge gain that time, but it still leaves them well short for fourth down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him in a double coverage, and it's intercepted. Ricardo Allen with a pick. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. And hello, I guess Larry's halftime show was buttoned through. And we are moving on and ready to go for the third quarter. Tyler Lockett now with a return. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, That does him no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. Give him 6 on the play, and it'll be a second down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. They'll run it now out of the gun. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. So nothing there, but maybe you blame that on the blocking.
Yeah, at some point, you've got to win at the point of attack, and on that play, that was all the defense. They made it happen.
On 3rd down, it's Davis, and he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. So the run gets them the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs. From the gun, it's Wilson. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Adrian Claiborne in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. Wilson to throw on 2nd down. It's caught outright by Graham. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And use it. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Brooks Reed in there to drop him for a loss of 10, and it'll be 4th and long. Wilson and the offense not coming off the field. They're going for it on 4th. They'll indeed go for it with Wilson. And he's got Lockett. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. It's a pickup of 19 yards on the play. And on 4th and long, somehow they're able to keep the drive going. On 1st down, Wilson. It's caught. Lockett. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
Here's Wilson. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
NFL quarterbacks work so hard on their mechanics, and they do so much repetition in practice, off-season, the whole deal. They expect it to be autopilot once the games start. That way it eliminates any type of pressure of the game, pressure of people in your face, all of that. That didn't shine through on that throw, though, did it?
No. A little bit of a dangerous pass and off target, too. On 3rd down, Wilson. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Grady Jarrett in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Again, the offense will stay out there. They've converted once on this drive. What can they do here on 4th down? They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. And my goodness, this is incomplete. Pete Carroll rolled the dice, but it didn't work out. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. They'll try to get the ground game going with Freeman. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
Well, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. Now a play fake here on first down. Dancing to his left. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The Pro Bowl wideout Julio Jones, his intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Ryan. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
The Falcons on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. To throw is Ryan. And he can't escape the pressure. Ryan goes down. Mike Bennett in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the right hash, this from 53. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And that'll move him back within 6 now. All right, so you needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal then maybe not exactly what they wanted, but it's a necessary first step.
Still plenty of time remaining, but you could really use a stop defensively after the kickoff, preferably a 3 and out.
The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a 4th down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and this, I mean, like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went 4 and out, so I don't think it's a deal where the offense doesn't have confidence.
No, I agree with you totally on that one. If anything, they may have gained more confidence. Okay, they stopped us once. That's all right. Let's keep moving it. Make them do it again.
So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
So we've got a 2nd and 5. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. This complete to Lockett. Tyler Lockett. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Tyler Lockett, 70 yards. And the Seahawks add on to their lead.
I think if you polled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field. And that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as the wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control. And how about the end result? A touchdown.
This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Second down now after the incompletion. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Second and 10 now. Ryan. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here where you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
First down, this is Rawls. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
And he's going to take this one down to the 25. So that one will get him halfway to the first down marker. 7 yards makes it 3rd and 7 now. Wilson again to Rawls. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. And now defensively they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. Now it's Wilson. He finds his man, Baldwin. The decision to go for